All right. So just gonna do some fresh analysis. Check, check, check. All right. So just gonna do some fresh analysis. All right. So looking at GBP on the daily time frame, pretty much we have a support right here. We have a daily support right here. So we are forming a daily support in this area. Currently, this would have been the next most recent significant area. You know, the next previous daily resistance is all the way up here, but you know, it would be impossible to get a move from here to here today. So we're just gonna work with what we have on the chart for now. Seeing that we have support here, and we also have a daily candle close in this area. So there's always a reason why a daily candle close in a particular area. So you have to keep that in mind. Let's remove this for now and use the horizontal line. So we are forming a daily support right here, and we also have a daily support over here, and a daily candle close and open in this location. All right. So what I am looking at on the H4 time frame is to identify my most recent support and resistance. And as you can see right here, this daily support is in line with our current 4-hour support and also this resistance. All right, so these are two strong levels. So as you can see, you know, the daily candle open here and close here, and we also have another one that opens here and close here. So what I'm gonna do now is to just mark up my most recent H4 support, which is right here at 150, 195, and we also have another support down here. All right, now as it relates to resistance, I am not seeing any resistance apart from this one all the way up here. So it's possible we might get a move, but then again, you know, it's Friday and low volume in the Friday session. And we also have support here. You know, so I think anywhere price should actually reject, it would be in this location. But we're just gonna go on the smaller time frame to actually see what is going on. All right, so as you can see, the support is in line with the support on the H1 time frame. And looking at this now, we also have a minor resistance here. All right, we also have a minor resistance here on the 1-hour time frame. So I'm just gonna make this a bit better so that you guys can actually see what is going on. So what I normally do is to trade from range to range. All right, I call the sells this morning as price breaks and close below here, and we actually got a retest on this candle, and you know, we push all the way down and secure, and you know, that played out very well. I even called GU, but the thing with GU, we didn't get any confirmation, but I called these buys. You were risking 9 pips and you would have made 45 pips. All right, so pretty much that's 2 from 2. But looking at this on the 30-minute for the GBP JPY now, what I am looking at it for is for price to actually break and close above this level. If we can get price to break and close above 155.40, we can get a pretty decent push all the way back up to, you know, minimum 23 pips. That's what I'm looking at, minimum 23 pips. And if we get that huge push, we are looking at up to 36 pip. So what I would want to see is for a candle to actually break and close above this level to look for a buy for price to continue to push bullish. All right, so at this point, you will be playing the waiting game. You would need candle to break and close above here to give you that confirmation for buy all the way up. So this is what I am looking at now. Alright, so you just have to be patient and allow the market to do whatever it is doing, because if we can close above resistance, leave this current market structure, it increased the probability for price to continue all the way up to 157.65 with volume. If we break and close below support, then I would say we could get a nice easy move back down to this level, because the idea is to mirror clean candle movements in the forex market. So if we break above, we can mirror this move. After we get this wick fill here, we can mirror this move back up to minimum 157.60 and with continuation all the way up to 15900. Alright, so that's what I am looking at right now. And as you can see, price is currently pushing up, but at this point you can't take a buy at this point, so you definitely need a candle to close above this area. All right, so this is pretty much a no trade zone. So this is a no trade zone, so you definitely need price to leave this area. I mean, if you were up when this, because as you can see, you have a nice little resistance in this area, but it would have been, let's see, if person were paying attention, break and close above resistance, and we have a 25 pip move. So you could have actually taken by here, and you would have been up 17 pips looking for continuation. But if you had taken this trade and this candle start to break the low here, then you want to minimize your risk. Could have even possible manage it on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so you could have taken it here. Once we created this lower we can flip, would have taken it with a level pip stop, and you would have actually made 14 pip on this candle right here, and if you allowed it to run, then you would have went all the way up to 16 pips. But for now, I am most interested in price breaking and closing above this level on the 30-minute time frame for buys for price to continue to push up. See what is going on for VIX right here. Alright, so as you can see, VIX is pretty much coming back for a retest of this area. I actually did this analysis last night, yesterday afternoon, but I didn't get to send it immediately. But when I sent it, price was about here, so person got in and caught some of this move. But as you can see, we are actually pulling back for a retest. Will it actually respect this fib area? Will it actually respect the 0.5 and 0.618 zone for price to continue its bearish move? I think the better play now for VIX would wait for price to form some form of resistance here, or even in this area, for further sell back down to the ups, for further sell to the downside. So this is what I am looking at for volatility 75. Definitely needs some form of resistance for price to continue to push down. So I'm just gonna leave it on GBP JPY for a while, and you can actually watch it to see what is going on. But once you get a break and close above here, then I would be interested in buys for price to continue to push up. Alright, so pretty much we should be farming resistance on the 15-minute time frame. Alright, so we're not getting that break and close, so we still have to pretty much wait for price to break above the area. Because as you can see, we came up to the resistance and we are now rejecting the area. The thing with these types of setup, I don't sell at resistance and buy at support. I wait for price to break the structure, so it's actually the opposite. Wait for price to break and close above the structure, then I actually, go ahead and execute the sell and manage risk accordingly. And as you can see here, VIX is currently rejecting this area, so let's see it on the 30-minute. So 30-minute rejecting, should be farming resistance on the 15-minute. Alright, so yeah. So I mean, if we get resistance, then I think you could use your stop about here. But if price start to close, like, midway in your stop, then you can actually cut 50% of your loss in managing risk. I think the potential is there to get a little pushback down to retest at least this low right here. Yeah. 1.45 risk to reward ratio. Leave it at this support. So let's see how these two will actually play out. GBP USD is still pushing up. This buy was actually called last night, and we push up. And the reason behind this is that on the 4-hour time frame, we came down to this level right here. This drop was in pre-London, leading up to the London Open. We got this drop, like, let's be more precise. So this was 2:30 this morning. So this would have been the London Open here, because the time zone is currently changed in London. So this would have been the London push bearish. Yeah. And we came down to this daily support and also H4, and we break below and start rejecting the area. And I was looking at price and like, hey, it's gonna be very difficult for price to break this level. Currently looking at it, because we have a daily support here and we also have multiple H4 support. What are the probability that price will actually break through this area? And if you look here to the left, just the same, we have 4-hour support here. So I was looking at this and I was like, the probability is there for price to actually retrace, because this is a very big move. This was a risky play, but actually got in with a 1 lot and secure some position at about 10 to 15 pips thereabout. Just leave the market for the rest of the morning. And as you can see, we played out very well. But I think better buys for GBP USD now. Let's measure this range to see. Yes, I think better buys will actually need price to break and close above this level. We need price to break and close above here. Could possibly get like a 20 pip move. Wick fill 25 pips. So let's see how it goes still. You can see we are forming resistance. 15-minute we are pushing down. Yeah. If price don't actually form the way I want it to, I would rather look for price to create some form of support, and if that support can get broken, then we can mirror this move back down. 18 pips. If price form support here and break and close below the support, then the probability exists for price to push all the way back down. But I'm most interested in buys on the 30-minute time frame with price break and close above this level. As I can see, price is pushing down. Are we pulling back to retest the 0.5 zone to continue the bullish move? Is that what they're trying to do? But it would be very risky. Yeah. Let's see how price actually forms. Yeah, because this could just be a pullback for price to continue up. But my safer play is for price to break and close above this level. Feel more confident in taking that trade with a high probability of it actually working out the way I want it to. So as I can see on volatility 75, we got a top wick and it didn't break the high of the previous candle. So once you get this 15-minute candle to close, then you can actually look for potential sells. But if we form resistance here and you take the sell and price break and close above here, then you want to manage your risk by closing 50%. But I need a strong bearish close at least to engulf the body of the previous candle for us to continue to push down. This did a nice little fake out last night. Yeah. Top the area. Went up for 4 pip. Close back inside the range. I think when this candle close here, could have cut 50%, but yeah, that's I think this was the overall better play. This was the better play. Euro USD. I was looking at this for it to push down, but the thing is, the euro was actually weak. The euro was weak, And if we look at Euro GBP, you can see that we actually, you know, push up our start to pull back down. All right. So I think this pullback was based on the British pound, because whenever the pound is strong, it will actually push down as it relates to Euro GBP, and when Euro is strong, it will move up. Yeah. Look pretty messy on the 15-minute, but it's Friday, so if price down forms that way, then you know you just have to come back next Monday to actually see. I'm still waiting for the candle to actually break and close above. Definitely need a 30 close. As I can see, we are leading up to the 8 a.m. open soon. So even if this candle close anywhere in this location, and take for example, we start to get the next candle to break, you know, probably about, yeah, 155.65, then you know you can actually go with the buy for price to continue up. So even if this candle close here, just wait on the next 30-minute candle to give you a lower wick, and as it start to break here, you know you can anticipate the volume to push all the way up. But if price start to pull back and breaks its own low, then you want to minimize risk and get out of that trade. All right, so just wait for price to actually form. As you can see, we are pushing up towards our resistance now. So if we can actually break and close above here within the next 10 minutes, not too far, probably about, let's see, yeah, anywhere between, you know, 1 to 5 pips, we are pretty good to continue up. We just need to get past these wick rejection here. Once you can break these wick, then you know that our next area of concern would be possible here or even all the way up to here. Looking at it currently on the 30-minute time frame. You know, so once you get a break and close above, we are looking at this move to push all the way up. So let's see how it goes. This entire range, 23 pip, pretty decent. So this is what I am looking at. Yeah, I mean, gold look pretty choppy at the moment. Very, very choppy at the moment. Yeah, just not like the way our gold look. Yeah, I think for gold, this is the only area of interest. By just looking at this right now, we would need candle to close below here. This would be my only area of interest, because to take buys you have resistance, resistance, resistance. This is just messy. I mean, the cleanest option would have been from, you know, this would have been about 10:30 last night once the break and close below this area. It would have looked something like this. You know, farm support, break and close below support. So you could have taken a sell on this candle once you break the low here. Yeah, and a goal I recommend like a 15 to 20 pip stop. You know, I recommend like a 15 to 20 pip stop whenever you're playing gold. And overall, you would have gotten about a 10 pip drawdown basically, and then price, bam, drop all the way down. Or even so, you would have been able to secure about 10 pips. You know, and possibly got stopped out. But then again, you have this clean movement here, and the idea would have been to mirror this movement back down. So that's on goal. But looking at it now, I think you would need candle to break and close below here to give you that confirmation to mirror back this move, which is a nice decent 30 pip move. This is what I am most interested in. So even if the candle close below support right here, all right, what I would want for the next candle to do is to create a lower wick, and as it starts to break above this level, then you can actually go with the buy and just manage your risk. You know, you can actually go with the buy and manage your risk as the chart as price move along. You can do about a 10 pip stop, or even keep your stop below the current candle. You know, 10 to 15 pips. I don't want to use such a big stop still. So this is what I am looking at right now. It's not looking bad, but you still have to bear in mind that it is Friday and we have had a lot of volume. We have a nice push down and price got corrected. All right, so I'm also taking that into consideration as well, but I think for safer play we need price to break and close above this level, and once we can get that, it will increase the probability for price to continue to push all the way back up to 150,800, and if we can break that, we can move up to 150,900 at least. At least that we should at least get, but you know, at 10 pips, secure some position or move stop to entry. Just have to manage risk. If price forms that way and you go up about 5-6 pips in profit and it pulls back to your entry, don't hesitate to close 50% of the position to manage your risk and just leave the 50 to remain. That's how you actually stay in the forex game, because you're gonna always have those plays like when you're getting those types of trade, the trade just gonna move and you're basically not going to get any drawdown. But at the same time, if price starts to pull back, what you're gonna do, you just have to manage risk and close out some of your position, you know, because at all time you want to protect your capital. So we know that trading involves risk, but you still have to find ways and means to protect the balance in your account. This is looking pretty good. So there is no buyers yet, so you have to wait for a candle to close above and just wait for the new candle to give you a lower wick. And as it starts to break about 150.565, no, then I can actually go with it and manage risk. That's what I'm looking at now. That's what. So we have 3 minutes for this candle to close. You know, looking at it on the 1 hour time frame as well, we need it to close above this 1 hour resistance, which is still a 30-minute resistance. So we can actually get that push because they're leading up to NY open within another 2 minutes. So if volume hit the market at that point, then you know we can get a nice decent move. But if not, we just have to actually call it a day. Already up for the day, so I won't be putting anything much at the risk, you know, if as the price starts to form that way. But it's looking pretty good. All right, so as I can see, we are pushing up. So we have 30 seconds remaining. So if this candle close above, just wait for the new candle to give you a lower wick, or if it starts to break above, like, you know, 570, 155, 70 there about, then you can actually go with it. If it pulls back to break its own low or negative 5 pip, 5 to 6 pip, close 50% of the position and leave the remaining to run. But this is what I am looking at, so we just have to wait for price to actually close. Alright, so this should be the new 30-minute candle. We're still close below resistance, but let's see if we can start to break 570 to get that little push. Let's see. I think we need price to break. If we start to break in the vicinity of 570, that would be, we don't close below resistance, you know. NY open at 8 a.m. So this increased the probability for the market to continue to push price bullish. So even if this candle create a lower, we can start to break its own high. I think it would be good, risky, but you know the probability is there for it to actually play out. Would use like a 10 pip stop, but if we start to break like 570, you know, at that point price might just continue to move, seeing that we are breaking above these levels right here. Yeah. But I think I would want a lower wick on this current H1 candle for us to continue to push up. Alright, so if we can actually get a lower wick right here and then it flips and break its own high, then you know that would be a good sign for us to continue to push up. Yeah, so if we get a, so we got a small wick right here. Yeah, so if this actually starts to pull back to break its own high, or in the vicinity of 155.70, you know, this increase the probability for price to continue to push up. So let's see how it goes. Because as I can see, we are getting a lower wick now, and if price starts to break its own high, which should have been the high of the previous 1 hour candle, what does that mean? The probability is there for us to continue to push up. So our first area of concern will actually be this wick right here, and once we can break through this area, then you know the potential is here, and then we can move up to this level right here. So let's see. So nothing is wrong with this pullback. You know, this could be just some form of liquidity grab for price to continue to push up. You know, so even if we pull back here and then we start to flip and break the high and you go with it, if price pull back to break its own low, then at that point you want to close 50% of the position, managing risk. Yeah, I don't really like GU at this moment. You know, so even though it look like we are forming resistance below support, we have a nice little doji candle here, which is, you know, an indecisive candle. So if we actually form, have like a 15, 16 pip move, wick fill at 20 pips. You know, pretty messy at the moment. And as I can see, we are pulling back deep in the range. So let's see if we will actually flip and start to break its high. Now again, if this candle flips bullish and start to break its own high or into the vicinity of 155.70, you can actually go with it, but you just have to manage risk. So in managing risk, if the 15-minute candle actually pulls back and close inside of the range below this level right here, then at that point you want to close 50%. I think if it flips, can actually risk a small percent. Because the thing is, on Friday is the day where a person actually lose most of their profit, and I can tell you that. Friday. And buys. Yeah, I think even when we got this support here, potential buy. This is where price actually range for the longest. This is where we actually range. And once you see we start to trade above this level and a break and close above this minor resistance here, then you could have went with this buy for price to continue its bullish push. Yeah. On the 15-minute time frame. Buy was taken here. Yes, I'm still waiting to see, guys. I'm not in any rush. It's Friday. So, you just have to be patient and wait for price to actually form the way you want it to. I'm not in any rush to take a trade or to get impulsive or, eager to take a trade. If it starts to break it high, its own high, I'm just gonna risk a small percent of what I would have made earlier on this morning. But that would be the only trade for the day, win, lose, or draw. Well, at least for the NY session, win, lose, or draw. So pretty much nothing is going on for gold at this moment. Euro USD is done for the day. Same goes for Euro GBP. Probably sells if we close below here, but think better plays would have been from the London session. If price forms this way and breaks support, then we can actually mirror some of this move back down. GBP, USD, don't really like the current market structure. Because this is an entire range. I think the better play was from, 130 last night as we start to break below here, impulse play. GJ is still trying to make up its mind. So even if this candle close bearish and the next candle close bullish and start to break above 155.70, I think that would be a good entry for price to continue up. To get this wick fill, and with momentum we can mirror this move all the way back up to this support here. But we just have to wait and be patient. Alright, so price pretty much not farming the way I want it to be. So right now, guys, what I am looking for, give me a few. So what I am looking for now is for price to do something like this. You would need a candle to break and close above this level, looking something like this. Alright, and as the next candle create a lower, we can start to push above this area. Then you can go ahead and take the buy. Alright, even if price close here, once it start to break these wicks, then you can go ahead and take the buy and use like a 10 to 15 pips stop thereabout. So this is the play I would be most interested in at this moment. Seeing that we are still in a range and we have NYSC coming up where, you know, we're going to have a lot of volume just the same. You need the next candle to break and close completely above this purple area. And once you get that, then you can take a buy as price starts to break 150, you know, 560 to 570 for price to actually continue to push up. Because seeing that we are back in the range, we need something to leave this range completely for us to get a nice continuation all the way up to our take profit 1. And you know, and if we get momentum, we can push all the way up here. So this is what I am interested in at this moment. So you need something to break, close above, and then you take the buy on the next candle. So you take the buy on the next candle. So just wait for it to create a lower wick. And as it flips and start to break here, then you go ahead and take the buy and just ride the move up. Just like that. So this is what I am looking for. As it relates to sell, we need a candle to break and close below this level. So if we can get something to close below here, then, you know, the potential is there to at least get from, you know, 150, 390. Yeah. To about 150, 220. So these are the two things I'm looking at now, because this is our most recent support. We can mirror this candle back down to this support, and if we get momentum, then we can actually pull back into this range and we still have clean candles here just the same. So these are the two things I am looking at now. But then again, I'm not going to try and force any trade if I don't get price to farms the way I want it to. And speaking of volatility 75, as you can see, we got that bearish close. This candle respect the high of the previous candle, and we are now pushing back, rejecting the 0.5 zone right here. So this is a pretty decent move back down. So I mean, if price pulls back to your entry, then you can close 50% of your position. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yes, so it makes sense for us to continue to push down, you know, because we would have broken this structure and we also break this area of consolidation, and we are now pulling back to form some form of resistance to continue that bearish move. So it makes sense. But then if price starts to pull back to your entry, you can close 50%. Or if it starts to break the high here, then you can manage risk just the same. Because the idea is once price leave a particular market structure, we break here, all right, we push down to create a new low, and we are pulling back to form resistance to continue down to retest the low. This is the ideal play in the forex market. It is called break and retest. All right, so this is the ideal play, but you know, most time when you wait on this play, you might actually miss plays in the market. So what I have learned is that once you get price break and close below your support, you can take a sell on the next candle to mirror the movement. And it is the same thing here. This would have been the entire structure right here, arranged side by side by side. This candle breakout, you know, you take the sell, bam, just the same. Here would have been your first take profit. Call from. As I can see, we are pulling down to this area, so let's see. So if this 30-minute close below here, then I can use like a 15 pip stop, a 10 to 15 pip stop basically, and try and ride the move back down to here. Because as I can see, price not breaking above the structure right here, and are breaking below this support. And I have these two 15-minute candles to actually mirror. Yeah, 10 pip stop, 10 pip stop, 16 with continuation all the way back down to here. So I'm gonna cut the stream right here, guys. I have to go on the road now, so just wait for price to form either way, and then you can go ahead and manage risk if you choose to take the trade.